Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I've had a lot of requests from people over on my Instagram account to make longer form videos where I show you products and tools that I use in more detail. So getting straight into the video, as you can see from the title, I'm going to be focusing on the bathrooms as this was heavily requested, lots of you having issues with limescale. So I'm going to be focusing on that primarily, but I'm also going to be sharing products, hacks and tools that I use to make cleaning the bathrooms so much quicker and easier. I will be adding everything to the description box below, also including lots of links to any of the tools that I use that I think you might be interested in. And as always, if you enjoy the video or there's anything that you learn from it, please give it a thumbs up. And if there's anything else that you'd like to see, please just drop me a comment or just introduce yourself, as I'd love to get to know you more. As you can see, my shower room was in desperate need of a clean, so let's get straight into the video. I just want to show you really quickly some of the tools and the products that I use. So first of all, I have a spin mop. I love this one to help me clean the bathroom. I use this for the shower tray, the tiles and the walls, and also the bathtub. So the shape is just perfect for that, and you can really give it a good scrub. Also have this mop, which is the flash speed mop with a dry dust pad. I use that first, so before I do anything else, I use that on the walls and the floors to collect any hair and dust. I then have some of the tools that I'll use. So this one I go in with next, and I do sort of the taps and the sink and then the shower screen, and with that I just use 50% of this and then 50% of the white vinegar. So dish soap and white vinegar is great for limescale. If the limescale is particularly bad and I've left it too long, I will go in with some Viakal, so I'll use gloves to use that, and I also tend to open a window because it can be quite strong because this room is very small. And then with that I'll go in with my handheld power scrubber. I also use this for my drains and my taps. It's great, that little thing. This, I always get asked about this on my Instagram. So this is a squeegee, but it's also a vacuum as well, so you don't have to rinse anything. You just go over with that and then it literally soaks everything up. And it also dries it, which is the most important thing when you're doing your bathroom, to make everything as dry as possible, because that's how you can stop all the mold from forming. I use that for the drains, so I put bicarbonate of soda and then some white vinegar, let it fizz for sort of 10 minutes and then rinse it with boiling water. I also use that in the toilet. And then as we're on the toilet subject, I then have this, which I will use to get rid of the water stains, the hard water stains. So I use that down the toilet, which sounds really bizarre, but it actually really works. So it scrubs it all off and it doesn't damage the toilet bowl. Now that I've taken you through all of my tools and my products, I will get started on the clean. So to begin with, I always use my flash speed mop first with a dry pad, which collects all the hair and the dust from the walls, the shower tray and also the floor, because otherwise you're just going to be moving all of that around later on. In a moment you'll see just how much it managed to collect. So I use this all over the house, not just in the bathroom, so they're great for dusting the walls as well. I'm not sure whether they're available outside of the UK or if there's an equivalent in certain countries, so if anyone knows, it would be really helpful if you could just pop a comment below. Next up, I take down the shower head. As you can see, I've really struggled with this, being only 5'2", so I definitely need to invest in a stool, but I got there eventually. Once that's off, I soak it in the sink with white distilled vinegar. Vinegar is amazing at breaking down limescale, so I also use this to soak my taps. I add it to a bag and tie it around the tap to soak at the same time. While they're soaking, I then fill up my Scrub Daddy dish wand with 50% dish soap and 50% white vinegar. This is a really inexpensive way to clean your whole bathroom. I use this to scrub away the limescale buildup on my shower screen. It wasn't too bad today, which is why I used this, but like I said earlier, if I leave it too long, then Viakal is a really good alternative as it's that much stronger. Then I remove it all with my window vacuum, leaving it dry and streak free. I then put around a cup of bicarbonate of soda and 2 cups of vinegar down the drain and cover with a cloth for 10 minutes. The two products react together to create this foaming effect, which actually helps to dislodge any buildup that you can't reach. While that's doing its thing, I then go back to the shower head and use my sonic scrubber to scrub away the broken down limescale, and then I do the same thing with the tap. I've linked the sonic scrubber in the description box along with many of the other tools that I've used so far, as this is brilliant for so many other cleaning jobs too. I haven't needed to do the grout today, but it is absolutely brilliant for that. I then give the sink a clean with the dish soap and white vinegar in the Scrub Daddy that I used earlier, and then give it a wipe, and finally I do the same routine that I did earlier to clear the drain. I then go back to the shower drain and rinse that with hot water, then finish off with some disinfectant. I then move on to the toilet. I haven't needed to use my pumice stick today as there isn't actually any hard water stains that have built up, which is good. So I just use a cup of bicarbonate of soda and a cup of white vinegar. I let that fizz for a little while and then give it a scrub and leave it for at least 30 minutes before flushing. I then rinse the sink drain and pop a little disinfectant down there, and finally I use my spin mop to mop the tiles, shower tray and floor. Again, I just use dish soap and white vinegar for this, but I dilute them this time with some warm water. I'll pop the ratio in the description box below. I use my window vacuum again to dry the tiles as much as possible to keep any mould at bay. And that concludes my bathroom clean routine. I hope that's helped answer any questions you may have had, or maybe even given you some ideas to try in your own routine. As I said earlier, please let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see, as I would love to continue to make little videos like this for you.
Now it's pouring through my veins, but I said you're the spark to blame.